what's up, people? Thank you very much for watching my YouTube video. And then, on the previous video, I was talking about how important it is to truly understand the basic English so that you'll have this solid foundation of that base, of English language, so that you could be able to speak in English without too much hesitation, right? So basically, what I was talking about in that video is try to have this English brain, right? So I think that to truly understand the basic English means that to have this English brain. So when you look at the small kids, let's say in the States, those small kids in the States, they can speak fluently in English even though they have very limited vocabulary, right? The reason they can do that is that because they truly understand the basic English and then they have this English brains, right? So when I was young, the first time I tried to become an English speaker in my life, I was, I was trying to do the same way that, like a small kid's a baby is learning the, English language. Because I thought that maybe, because when I was, younger, and I was not a good student. I never really tried to learn English, right? Like in the junior high or high school, I didn't too much attention in that English classes because I thought that maybe I thought it would be impossible for me to learn a foreign language like English and then be able to speak English, right? So that's because I started out with zero knowledge, and then at the same time I knew that a lot of English learners trying to learn English, but still, even though they're trying real hard for many years, still, a lot of English learners could not become able to speak English. So I thought that maybe only way, back then I thought maybe the only way I could be able to speak English would be in trying to learn English that that small kids in the States is doing, or a baby is doing, right? So the babies or small kids trying to learn English, by listening to people around them and trying to get to the meaning, in the context, and then because they are doing so many hours every day. That is why they become start be able to understand what the other people is saying, and also that they practice speak in English, that way, right? So I thought that maybe that would be the best way for me to learn English because, as I said, I have zero knowledge of English because I had not, studied, before. So, yes, and it's very tough. It was very tough, at the very beginning, because I started out with the zero knowledge of English, and then I was, kind of like struggling. Maybe first maybe couple months, I was really struggling, and then I you know I can say that I was it was just making me crazy because I'm trying to learn English with zero knowledge, right? So I was very struggling, and then what I was doing was just making me crazy, but I just keep on trying, and then little by little I started to be able to understand some English words and stuff, and then little by little I got this feel of language, I guess, and then that was when actually I created my own English brain, and from then on everything was much easier. I mean, after struggling a few months in my English speaking skill back then, just go up like this. It's kind of like my English speaking skill, improved, dramatically. That's what happened. And then yes, I think that it's very difficult to just give up on using our mother language, which is Japanese, to try to learn English, right? Because in many years, most of the Japanese people is using Japanese trying to understand English, right? So it's kind of like I think that yeah, I truly understand that try to kick the old habit of trying to learn something, but you know I had this feeling that if I keep on doing that, there's no way that I would become an English speaker. So I just gave up on it, gave up on that, gave up on using Japanese trying to learn or understand English, and then it worked for me very good. So if you are the one who is struggling, even though you are trying to learn English, for years, and then still you you can't speak English, without thinking or without hesitation. Maybe it's time for you to change your strategy. You feel like you don't know what to do. Maybe it might be a good idea if you just give it a shot, and like I did, and trying to give up on using Japanese, and instead trying to learn English as English, like small kids in the States, or baby it's learning English, right? So yes, yeah, I fully understand that it's gonna be a tough decision to make, but in my case it worked me very good. And then if you are struggling, just give it a shot, and then try to see if it's gonna work for you or not. Because it worked for me very good. Yes, it's true that you will struggle a lot, at the very beginning. But once you got the feel of this, language, feel of the English, everything gonna change. I think that it's gonna open up a new world, in front of you. I think so. Because that happened to me. So, yeah, maybe think about it. And then if you are, feeling lost, or maybe you don't know what to do, just maybe try to change your strategy to learn English. Maybe it might open up a new world for you. Okay, thank you very much, and then I'm gonna see you on the next episode or next video, right? Okay, thank you. Bye.